It's Thursday the 10th of December 2020 and I'm on my way as usual. I've stopped off at Meningie for a coffee and I've left Meningie. In fact, I've got two coffees. I've just had one of them and I'm on my way down to Kingston as usual, and it's a bit of a curvy road here. I had an early start this morning. I left Adelaide at 7:30 because I want to get some things done today, it being Thursday, because some friends of mine arrive on tomorrow morning, Friday, and they're on a trip of the Southeast, and I'll introduce you to them. They're coming up to have a look at the block and go for a walk on the beach and so on. So my prime reason for going down a day early is to want to put up a veranda outside the bird watching platform. So I brought all the gears for a bit of construction today and tomorrow morning perhaps, depending on how far I get. So I'll see you down there. It's an overcast, warm day, not much wind, so it's quite nice actually. See you later. Right, I'm down at the block, as you can see. I arrived here at about midday, maybe 10 to 12, and I've just unpacked, and I'll just take you for a walk and show you what I'm doing. Opening the caravan is quite a mission. You have to unroll all the canvas and open the doors and everything. And I brought a whole lot of water down, which is a weightlifting exercise. And the water's all been installed, the eskies inside and so forth. And this is in readiness here. There's the generator there, and the insect collecting gear. We're going to do some insect collecting tonight if it's not too windy. So I'll just show you what I've done around the side here at the bird watching platform. What I'm wanting to do, by the way, there's the bird watching platform as usual, and I'm going to fix up this enclosure around the shower. But when I arrived here, a wombat had dug a very deep hole underneath there, so I've just scraped the sand over it there. It didn't actually get very far, must have hit a pole or something. So I've got my saw bench and my tools and whatnot, and I'm going to put this piece of corrugated iron as a shelter over the front of this and over the shower, so that, you know, if it is raining or whatever, you can get out of the rain. And so that's the job. It's going to be an interesting job, so I'll show you later. But I'll give you a look at what the veranda looks like from the top. So if we go up to the bird watching platform, and I'll give you a look at, I've got this plastic sheet on here to stop the water from and the sun from hammering the woodwork, and you can see I've camouflaged it, so there it is there from the top. So it's quite attractive from the top with the camouflage. But from that, and then I've also sorted out the shower screen a bit. I don't know if it was in the previous video, but I've put the screen up, and I've also attached the shade cloth to the screen with cable ties. But of course the downside of the afternoon is I've never done this before. Accident on the job. I drilled into my hand. It looks rather spectacular and it's quite painful, but I don't think I hit a bone. But my God, did it bleed. The good thing is that I discovered I'll put my face on the camera. I've discovered that the little first aid kit that I have in the car is wonderful. It's got everything. It's got painkillers and bandages and swabs, and even got a little pair of scissors and all sorts of things. So I did a bit of self-medication and sat on that plastic chair for about half an hour as the throbbing of my hand continued, and then it quietened down and got on with it. Good morning. It's about 8:30 in the morning on Friday the 11th of December 2020. Had a good night. It's sunny and clear. I'll show you outside in a minute, but this wind, I've long said that being in the field, rain is not a problem, cold is not a problem, heat is not a problem, but wind is the problem. It blows everything away and is very irritable. Anyway, so it's breezy this morning. I'm going to drive into town in a minute and see if I can buy some rock lobster, just one tail, to make a salad for lunch, a lobster salad for lunch. Miguel and Sonia are due to arrive at midday, and then we'll sit down and have a little think about what we'd like to do, and then we're planning to do some insect trapping tonight, and we may end up in the pub having a pub meal later on or earlier on, and then tomorrow we'll go for a walk on the beach or walk on the block and so on, and then pack up. And packing up, cleaning up takes an hour at least, and then we'll drive back to Adelaide on Saturday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon the 12th, and stop along the way, and I'll be a bit of a tour guide. It's just a bit of a shelter from other people, and then if you're in the toilet, what you do is you flip this over like this. You flip that over to say do not approach, somebody's in the toilet. And then around this side we've got a shadow there, so we've got the big John, that's mainly for number ones, and we've got the little John, which is a small luxury item built especially for ladies, so it's got a nice seat and all that sort of thing. And what you do is there's a little, this is a it's a plastic bag which breaks down. You take the lid off and you do your business in there, and then this is a bin which has got compost in it. So when you've done your business, you sprinkle some compost down and put the lid back on the bin underneath and ready for the next user. So there it is. Miguel and Sonia, it's 9 minutes past 12. Here they are. How are you?
Nice to come.
Yes, perfect. You're on the movie, Kingston the movie. How are you?
How are
There's
you?
Miguel.
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm glad you like it too.
Gorgeous.
That's Miguel. So, signing out. Here we are at Kingston. It's 1:48. Still, it's on the 11th, Friday, and we've just had the most incredible lunch, al fresco. Crayfish rolls with salad and mayonnaise and chocolates and rye and cheese and everything all in the thing, and so now the wind's dropped a little bit, so now we might go for a little walk on the block, and we're sort of planning maybe going for a drive around Kingston, maybe a coffee in town or something, and then and we might go to the local pub tonight for a schnitzel and put a bit of money on the dogs. So we've just been for a walk on the block, and Sonia and Miguel are standing in a glade of tetragonia, which has grown up onto the dead limbs there. So it's rather beautiful there. Just been for a walk around the block, and of course, as usual, I've been naming all the plants as I went by. But the wind's dropped a little bit, and the flies have come out, but it's rather nice, isn't it? This is the parade. Christmas parade in Kingston. There you go, surprisingly nice. Out of the parade, without question. Some rather fit-looking reindeer pulling a gopher. Get all the gambling in here. Oh, we're doing the same thing, are we? This is the Kingston pub, and we've just had schnitzels here, and we just gambled on a race, and we didn't know who won, so we're going to have to go and check. This little avenue here is forever going to be called the Barros Lopez. What should we have a fancy word for the sleeping place? Give us something in Spanish, or
dormitorio.
Dormitorio. That's lovely. It's got an exotic flavor. So this little avenue off the driveway where the tent is pitched, the tent looks like a flying saucer, you know, something out of a space movie. And look here, you see the top is open, so you get the air. You can see inside, the top's open, so you get the fresh air above your head. And I suppose if it's raining, you just put a little cap over the top. The Barros Lopez Dormitorio. Sunset looking west over the sea from the bird watching platform at Kingston Southeast. Isn't that lovely? Oh, are they? you go. That looks like something out of Lord of the Rings, doesn't it? We're at Kingston Southeast on Friday the 11th of December, and the sun's just gone down, although it's still twilight. And as soon as it gets dark, that's the UV light. We're going to run the UV light and see what insects are attracted to the white sheet. Should be a bit of fun. Let's hope we catch some insects. I'll show you later. Running, and that's Miguel. The insects are all attracted. There's a white sheet behind it, and that's Miguel catching insects. You can see them all flying around, and you just catch the ones that you're interested in. You know, if you're studying flies, well, you'll just catch all the flies. There are lots of moths and flies and a whole, you know, you always look out for something that's unusual, you know, so it catches your eye. So there's Miguel making a bit of a collection there with a little pot. So it's Friday night. What better night could there be for insect catching? Lovely view of Long Beach. Standing on the berm of the beach, and then you can see the swale behind here, and you can see how a very high tide's coming and the salt water has killed a lot of the shrubs along the edge there. It's a very nice view of Long Beach. And I've brought Miguel and Sonia to see where after I'd done my PhD fieldwork, I was writing the PhD up, and I was given this task as a field officer to study. This is called Lake Kantara, and you can see far away there, there's a homestead there. So I did a couple of years of sampling of the critters in this lake, and as I said, it's a bit of an upside down lake because it fills up in the winter and it dries down in the summertime. So this is, you know, we're in December, so the water's all gone, so everything goes into, all the eggs and everything go into the salt, and then when the water comes up, I tell you, you wade in there way steep, and it's just swarming with little water fleas and ostracods and things. 2 o'clock on Saturday, the 12th of December 2020, and that's the Coorong over on the left. We're travelling in tandem, Sonia and Miguel in the car behind me. I'm on a bit of a hairy bit of the road, but there's an opportunity. We've stopped all along the way, and I've sort of shown them my little sights along the Coorong just out of interest. And we'll probably get back to Adelaide at about 6 o'clock this evening, and then time for showers and tidy up and unpack and all that sort of thing, and then back to normal.